This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. My first guest today is Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Nancy.
So start me off and tell me what's happening at the club.
Oh, we got a lot of things going on right now. The summer is rocking and rolling, and it's kind of crazy to think that we can actually see the end of the summer already, which is kind of
scary.
Kind of scary already.
Going way too fast.
Way too fast, but when you're having fun, time flies. We just actually got done with our cedar panning company field trip. Kids, we took about 65, 70 kids out there.
Wow.
And had an absolute blast.
And now you pan for gold?
Pan for gold, well, yeah. It's they pan for all kinds of fun stuff, like little gems and arrowheads and little cool rocks and very unique, fun things for the kids. They had an absolute blast. It's fun when a field trip concludes and, their parents come to pick them up and they're asking their parents if they can go back out there the same day.
Oh, wonderful.
But it's right up the wheelhouse for children because, they love to explore and find cool things in nature.
Oh, yeah.
And, they sift through things and, they find, some really cool gems and they have identification cards so the kids get to learn about what they're finding. And I had some really cool kids that, are very excited about finding some arrowheads and things of that nature. But it was a great field trip, a great success, and, we cannot, as a staff, say thank you enough to the Cedar Panning Company for allowing us to bring so many children out there and being so patient and wonderful to the kids.
Okay, and your summer food program continues?
Oh, absolutely. That's a big element of what we try to accomplish during the summer is helping out the family structures or helping kids fill their bellies. And, it's a big thing. We serve, between 70 to 90 meals every single day, plus a snack, around 4 o'clock. So, at no point does a kid have an excuse that he's hungry or he or she is hungry when they come to the Boys and Girls Club. It's a good, nutritious meal as well.
Now, I see you have an Arzo Park Amusement Day on your schedule.
Yep, this is kind of the official word out to the community right now. We actually just confirmed everything. The kids are going to take a charter bus out, and we are going to have a big day with, we're hoping at least 80 kids, potential of a lot more. A very, very low cost. We're just going to, it's like a $5 charge just for travel expenses to get out there. But Dave and Lindsay at Arzo's Amusement Park has been so gracious to us in the past. Making it way more cost effective than it should be.
Right.
So these kids get to go out and take advantage of all the fun things that they have out there. And it's a way for us to celebrate the end of the summer with the kids, doing something really fun, really engaging. The kids are going to be, when we officially tell the kids and the parents and everything, we know the kids are going to be extremely excited to take part in that.
And I saw a picture of the YVC youth in the Alpena News. So what were they doing?
Well, right now, in the news, they were doing some volunteer projects in the community. They are very busy this summer. Brooke Mainville has been doing a great job with running that program, engaging the kids, getting them active. They're all over the place. They're helping with intergenerational projects, with Turning Brook or Tender Care, helping the city out with fire hydrant painting.
If That's what they were doing in the paper.
Weather permits. We've been having, it's kind of been hit and miss because of the weather. A lot of times they've been, it's cool to see them actually in the paper doing that because, we've had multiple times where we've had to find, indoor projects because it's been pouring rain when they're going to go do it. But it's a great way for these kids to be empowered in the community and a great way for them to learn some leadership skills. And we have some great young people that are stepping up to selflessly give their time to help others in need. So
when they're out there looking for their first job, they don't have the experience. What a wonderful thing to put on there. I was a member of the Youth Volunteer Corps. I worked at Brown Trout Festival. I worked at Tender Care. I worked at the hospital. I worked for the city of Alpena. What a wonderful thing to have on your resume.
Well, absolutely. And we employ a lot of people at the Boys and Girls Club. So, I tell these kids, this is a great thing for you to elaborate on in an interview process for you to put on a college resume.
Yes.
You stick out more. And, those leadership qualities are, ingrained in a lot of kids, and some kids need to be pushed along and given some of those skills. And it's wonderful to be part of a program that caters to these kids and provides these kind of opportunities.
And I'd want to hire a young person who had quite a few volunteer things on their resume rather than someone who's the same age and hasn't really given of themselves to anyone. So it definitely would be a step up in my estimation.
Oh, absolutely.
And the wonderful thing is it's $10 per youth per year for all these things we've talked about and much, much more.
Much, much more. We try to provide so many different facets of programming opportunities for the kids, just to make them better citizens. That's our mission, is to help enable and inspire kids to be productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And it's very important for us to be able to throw a lot of different educational elements out there and components for kids to be able to take advantage of. And we have so many kids that are just, they learn without knowing they're learning, and that's the fun part, is for them
fun
to
disguised as learning. Yeah, it's the best way to do it.
High yield learning activities and all these things. Dodgeball isn't just dodgeball. It's learning how to throw high, throw low, or whatever it is.
And be part of a team and use strategies.
Exactly. Sportsmanship is definitely something
Yes.
that we provide too. But there's so many young little athletes that are out there, and it's fun. This summer we've had a lot of kids that were involved with baseball or soccer or whatever it is, and boy, we've had some very competitive dodgeball and kickball and baseball games and soccer and you name it. But we're getting a lot of kids this year, and I've talked about this many times. I've been on your show. Is that the exposure of what we're doing, I think, is getting out there, and more word of mouth, and more parents are taking advantage of what we're doing.
Right.
Even if it's for an hour a day or twice a week or whatever it is, kids are able to visit our facility and get something out of it.
And you're very blessed with the partnerships you have in the community. Thunderbolt Lane, Cedar Panning Company, Arzoke Amusement Park, blah, blah, blah. Goes on forever. All the wonderful people that say, hey, I know they're doing a great job there, come visit us. So I'd like to encourage anyone out there, if you have a special sport or a hobby that you do, share it with the Boys and Girls Club. If you have a farm and you want to have kids come out for a field day, if you have a business that you want to bring the kids in and let them see how your business works, the young entrepreneurs, give Brad a call, 356-0214. You're always ready, willing, and able to join in and partner with anyone in the community.
Absolutely. We have a big family, and we're always looking to grow.
Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to talking to you next month.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'll be right back with some information from Huron Humane Society following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My next guest is Natalie Francis from Huron Humane Society. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Nancy.
Welcome. And I want to say I saw your little post on Facebook, 6 adoptions in one day. Whoa.
Yes. Yep, 6 adoptions, 6 dog adoptions, actually. So that was
Terrific.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I wish it could have been 12 cats, but
I
we'll
know.
take the 6 dogs.
Absolutely.
And how did this all happen in one day?
It was one of those fluky days.
Stars all aligned?
They did. The stars all aligned, and we were super busy, and just a bunch of cuteness, and people were ready to adopt, and we did it.
So 6 wonderful families got 6 wonderful pets to add to their family.
Absolutely.
Yay. And
Great
you just
day.
recently held Bark Aid. How did that go?
Yes, it was a great event. Our fundraising committee did an awesome day by making a carnival-like atmosphere. Sheer Envy put it on this year for Patrick Lomentini and Bark Aid, and we couldn't have been more thrilled. We had some people that donated their time, and I'd like to do a little shout out to them this year.
Please do.
Sheer Envy, of course, and Madison and their crew. Days Inn of Alpena did the lodging for Patrick this year.
Okay.
We had Dan and Lori Maxwell, and they donated not only the food but did the cooking, so that was
Wow.
wonderful. Nikki Cornelius did some awesome henna tattoos, which I was really bummed I didn't get in on that. I thought that was kind of a neat little addition to the event. We had Chris from Grooming Dales doing some styling for animals. So we had some, not only people getting their style on, but we had animals getting new styles.
Wow.
And some polish and stuff on their toenails. So we had Cindy Johnson do a nice upscale on some furniture for make a little extra money. And we had Sunrise Veterinary. They donated their kissing booths for some picture ops. And we had music by Dan Ludwig and Ann. And we also still have some raffles going on down there. We have a desk and 2 baskets that are $200 values and up. And
Wow.
that's going on until the end of the month. So
Wow.
there's still an opportunity to donate to that cause and get a couple great prizes.
And you know, Natalie, here on Humane Society is wonderful about, you know, doing all the events at all the stores and all the offices and the meet and greets and all that stuff. But we want people to know, if those things aren't your thing, please come to Humane Society and just see the wonderful facility, see the people hard at work, see the volunteers, see what goes on there in a day. You will be amazed, and you will join every event and every fundraiser that you have.
Absolutely. The events are one thing, but there are so many other opportunities out there. Now, right now I have some guys working on some drywall. We have a lot of building projects going on out there. So if events and fundraising aren't your thing, and your wife, and maybe that's your wife's thing, and building is your thing, well, come on out, and we need some building projects done. We are in desperate need of drywallers. We're in desperate need of painters right now. So we need some baseboard put up. So if that's something you're interested, you have a little more time on your hands, we would love to have you out there and help us with that. Or maybe you just want a little more exercise. The dogs love to go for some
Yes.
walks. We have some great groomed trails that a volunteer's been working on for us. So please come out and see the dogs and do that.
Or if
And-
you like to do laundry, I can't
Right.
imagine that anyone
I
does.
can't imagine it, but
you know,
some people really do.
Maybe you had a large family and they're gone, and now you don't get to do laundry as much as
Right.
you like to. Come on out, because you certainly have laundry.
We do have mounds of laundry, and I've actually had volunteers that say, I want to do nothing more than laundry, and you are one of my best friends right now. We have a lot of laundry. So
When I
yeah.
was out there doing some volunteer stuff, I would run and grab stuff out of the dryer and fold it all up and put it in the piles, and then run back and do what else I had to do. And then by that time I could switch it from the washer to the
Right.
dryer. And it was really fun, and it's so busy, and the staff and the volunteers are so friendly and nice. And you can see all the animals, the adorable adoptables. But I don't go into the dog room because they're all going, pick me, pick me,
They
pick
do.
me.
And
I
it's their
can't.
eyes. You can't. The
I
eyes
know.
are. You
It's
just
like-
can't. You can't. You have to have blinders on and just go. You guys are so cute, but I can't look at you.
Yeah, and so
I
you
do
go
the
to-
same thing.
Go to the cat room, and they put their foot under their door, and they touch your foot, and it's like, hello, I'd like to go home with you. It's like, oh, you guys are killing me.
Right.
But it's a wonderful thing, and you can see what you folks do in our community. I think some people really don't understand what here on Humane Society does. We're a no-kill shelter. We take wonderful, loving care of the strays and owner-surrendered animals in our community, and it's such an important entity in our community, and you really need a lot of help. Not only financial assistance, but you need physical labor.
Yes, physical labor, help with cleaning, help with care of the animals, promoting spay and neuter, and then we also don't want to forget about our retail store downtown.
Yes.
And that's been a great addition to the shelter.
Sometimes I see some of the things that they post, and by the time I get down there, they're gone already.
I know. Just some beautiful stuff. We have a couple new volunteers that are coming in, and so we have kind of a lot of different flares on stuff. There's something for everybody there. Anything from chic to kind of a freestyle look. So we're getting all kinds of new and different, and just please stop in there. There's information about the shelter there as well. You can drop off things for the shelter there if you
Yes.
don't want to drive out to the shelter.
Right.
So
Or anything that you use at home. The shelter can
Right.
use bleach and fabric softener and laundry detergent and kitty litter and dog food. And I know at my office we did a big thing for here on Humane Society, and I was amazed how heaped it got in a couple of days.
Exactly.
Anything, leashes and tie-down stakes and collars and pet beds, anything like that we certainly can use at the shelter.
Right. Anything you can think of that we would use at the shelter, we need. And anything. Old linens,
Yes.
sheets, towels, dish rags, any of that. Cleaning out your linen closet, we can use it. So please think of us when you're doing things like that.
And like you said, if you can't go to the shelter, there's Dropbox located around town. You can take it to the pet food store. He's a wonderful
Yes.
supporter of
Yes.
here on Humane Society. Take it to him. We'll make sure we get it.
He will, and also Neiman's.
Yes.
They still have their drop box as well. And one of our old board members, she still is involved and makes sure that that stuff gets to us once a month as well.
Okay, and if someone is interested in adopting a pet, what's the first step they should make, or what should they do?
They should, the first step they should do is come out to the shelter and take a look at the pet, of course meet the pet, and then there's an application that needs to be filled out, and we will take a look at that. That gets approved, and then if they have other animals, we want to do a meet and greet with that animal, and of course children, but they definitely want to talk to us and make sure that that pet is right for their family.
Right, and you have some history on all the pets, so you
Yes.
can tell them a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So they want to talk to myself or one of the staff and make sure that that pet is going to be a good fit for them.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here, Natalie, and just kudos to you and your staff for the fantastic job you do in our community. It's kind of scary to think of where this town would be without Huron Humane Society. So from all of us here, thank you very much.
Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest today Dawn Stone, director of the TACT Grant, and many other worthy activities at the college.
Nice to be here, Don. Thank you.
Good deal. So next week you have an event, or the college is hosting an event. I don't think we've ever hosted it before, called MACE IT.
Yes.
And share with the viewers what that is and its
Absolutely.
significance.
So it is the Michigan Association of Continuing Education and Training. And so what MACE IT does, or what it is it's an association of all workforce development and continuing education professionals at the community colleges across the state of Michigan. So last year at the conference, I raised my hand to be thrown in the hat to be elected for vice president, and I did win that. So I was elected to vice president a year ago, and after the fact found out that, in fact, the vice president gets to plan the annual conference.
Oh, surprise.
So, surprise. But it's really exciting, and they've often had these conferences annually in what you would consider a traditional destination. So in the past few years, they've held them at Mackinac Island, at Frankenmuth, those kind of places. And when I got elected to vice president and found out this was my job, my responsibility, I said, why can we have it in Alpena? And they said, well, I guess so. We don't usually have it at colleges. And I said, well, Alpena is a destination. And I don't think that a lot of people across our state necessarily realize how much Alpena has to offer, and our region as a whole. So because I have the responsibility, I got to choose, and I choose to have it in Alpena.
Way to go.
So over the last year, we've been doing a lot of planning, a lot of organizing. Really, the conference is designed to deliver content and deliver breakout sessions associated with helping workforce development professionals improve their jobs. So some of the challenges that we typically face in this department, and this is across the state, some of the typical issues that we have are finding employers or finding trainers and creating a good process to do those matches and to develop that curriculum or those courses, and typically they're non-credit. So we work really closely with employers to figure out what their needs are and find the expert in the field to deliver those. But those are some of the challenges. So we've got let's see, 9 breakout sessions, and so 9 different trainers for our conference to deliver different topics associated with some of the challenges that we have. But the other cool thing is I'm trying really hard to incorporate all of our local stuff with what we're doing. So our keynote speaker is Jeff Gray, the superintendent at the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. And he's in the morning, and then in the afternoon we have a woman, Dr. Laura Visoptka, and she is going to also talk on the same topic. And so the theme is STEAM.
Oh.
And so we've talked a lot of, about how the STEM industries, science, technology, engineering, and math are so important. But the two of them are going to tie all of that together and incorporate the arts.
Oh.
And about how that, in your brain coordinates your left and your right brain, and how much more success people can have in their careers and in their education and in their general knowledge by incorporating that.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jeff Gray was nice enough to say he would come and help us, and then we got the doctor to be able to help in the afternoon. So we're really excited. Lots of fun stuff planned. Again, incorporating the things that Alpena is most, some of the things that I think are most special about Alpena. But we're going to have Nowicki sausage for the welcome reception, of course, in Thunder Bay Winery. We're going to incorporate dinner at Art in the Loft downtown. We're going to do the Glass Bottom boat tour. And all of these are associated, with the conference so that people across the state of Michigan can understand how cool it is here. Because we all know it is, but I want to show other people that it is as well.
Well, that just sounds great. I guess that's the lesson you learn when you volunteer for something.
Right, exactly. But, it's a great opportunity, to bring our environment, our community into the mix. I've gotten a lot of support from from community businesses. We do a raffle at the end. What I tell people and what I believe is that I ask for donations because I want people to take something home with them, so that even when they get home, they remember how great it is here. So I've gotten Nowickis on board, the local basket case, just some different places across town that are willing to donate for the raffle.
Wonderful. Well, great work. I'm looking forward to it. Workforce development is a very important piece of community college puzzle. You and your team do it very well.
Thank you.
And we've got about a minute left, and this week you and your team, Brian Dawson, related to the drones, have had a remarkable event. So speak to that, if you would. Absolutely. We're just finishing up now a group of 13 IBEW, which is the electrical union out of California and Nevada. And we spent 2 days in the classroom and a day of flight time training them how to pass the FAA exam and fly drones and be able to apply them to the industry. So the special piece about this training is that it was super focused on the utility industry. These are all pole climbers, these are all linemen from across the West Coast, and they got to fly and learn how they can actually use a drone to inspect power lines, create missions, the whole 9 yards, the whole gambit of how you would actually apply that. So, and the weather was fantastic, absolutely perfect. Yeah, it was a great time to have them here in Alpena. So tell me and the viewers, how does it come to be that no other school between here and California is offering this? Well, I think there are a lot of providers who are delivering drone training or UAS training. They're doing flight training, or they're doing prep classes for the exam, or they're doing hobbyist classes. But we have that fantastic utility technology technician program here at the college, and we've really found a nice intersection between UAS and utilities. So I think that's kind of like a perfect storm, to have both the drones, the UAS, and the utility program. And that's really how it all, kind of started to meld, and that's where we're going. Wow, so, good. There's always a convergence there that you're looking for in workforce development work. Exactly. So thank you. Looking forward to next week. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.